It's your girl, VK Johannem, and the V stands for Vidian. Tonight we are talking about Keraktes, the underworld plane of Maergzjirah. Now, the Tower of Apotheosis, or subcategory of Maergzjirahian magic, related to Keraktes, is known as the Tower of Atrophy. It's one of the most popular towers in Maergzjirahian magic, and despite the fact that it isn't my primary tower, I still work with it a lot. So Keraktes is ruled by Zazazel, the buried king. He was a human magician like us, but in death, he ascended to become an avatar of Akreoth and to become the Lord of Keraktes. Do not confuse him with Azazel. Now, believe it or not, despite the fact that she isn't in the books, Hecate actually holds a lot of power and authority in Keraktes. She is one of the potential patronesses that someone dedicated to atrophy might wind up with. Hecate is very much just a master networker. She has authority in Keraktes, Hades, Olympus, the primordial chaos of Greek mythology, the Qliphoth, the Sephiroth, the punishment plane at the core of the earth that I tend to call purgatory. Probably others too. She's everywhere. No wonder she's so popular among Satanists and black magicians. So, years ago, I was making the death current a focal point in my magical pursuits. Basically, what I would do is channel rituals to different underworld planes that I would perform over myself in order to empower me for necromancy and death magic through the power of the given underworld plane. I did this with Purgatory, Hades, Nyakala, Helheim, Miklan, Yomi no Kuni, various unrecorded underworld planes ruled by demons, so on and so forth. And of course, I also did it for Keraktes. Now, the rite I performed to empower myself through the force of Keraktes was not done in the traditional Maergzjirahian style. It was more the stereotypical VK Johannem style of ritual. So in every case, the ritual was done in my style, channeled by me alone. Now I noticed that the rite to Keraktes was the most powerful one. When I finished performing it, one of the spirits of Keraktes told me that Keraktes was the first underworld plane that linked all the other underworld planes together. I didn't share this gnosis with anyone, but the guy who mentored me when I was in the Temple of Maergzjirah, Cain Sarial, Keraktian magic was his specialty. He specialized in the Tower of Atrophy. There was no imperator teaching the Tower of Crescent, so I went with him. He was the first imperator I met, after all. An imperator is like a high priest, but they're called imperators because the former leader of the Temple of Maergzjirah really liked Rome. So, one night you messaged me and said, hey, I have some personal gnosis. You know how, like, different underworld planes have rivers? Like, Hades has a few rivers running through it, including the river Styx. And I was like, yeah, why? He's like, well, my personal gnosis is that the river in Keraktes is the source from which all the other underworld planes' rivers flow. And I was like, well, my gnosis lines up with that perfectly. So that confirmed my gnosis. Keraktian magic is a lot of fun to work with. It's one of my go-to realms to work with for Maergzjirahian evocation of any kind, for curse work, for psychic vampirism, for higher vampirism, etc. It's just a lot of fun to work with. Especially the spirit Maergzjirah. Love her for curse work, love a Mordecai for curse work. Absolutely wonderful entities. But yeah. Anyways, that's all for now. Have a great night and enjoy your immortality. Check out the link tree in the description below if you want a little more VK in your life.